Hi, guys. This is Eunice. Welcome to Shore Urban Medicine. Welcome to Shore Urban Knowledge. Today, we're going to be talking about hops. Hops is one of my favorite herbs and so forth. It is so mild but so good. And hops is also used in beers and so forth. Is how they make beer. And hops you can find grown in Florida. I've seen some hops even in my yard, believe it or not. And so far, yes, we've seen some hops. So they grow in different places and so forth. And one of the places is in Florida. And again, it is used in beers. It is like a mild herb and so forth, acting as a mild sedative and so forth. Hops is mainly used for anxiety, depression, uh, sleepiness or restlessness and things like that. It is a great herb, and if you are a person that checks ingredients when you go to purchase supplements from like Walmart, Target, or wherever you purchase your supplements and so forth, you may see hops in some of those supplements as well and so forth. But the best results from hops is if you're going to just use plain hops and so forth. And you can do that in an herbal capsule. You can may even be able to harvest it yourself. Put it in a capsule and take it that way and so forth. Now there are other herbs too that like kava kava is also like a herbal medicine to use for depression and things like that. But I believe from my research and so far, hops is a little bit better, is not as strong as kava kava, but it does the work of kava kava. And so forth and everything. It is a definitely a good herb to have and so forth and everything. And so it does have those ingredients in that does work with the nervous system and so forth that helps you to relax, eat, calms your nerves down and all that so that you it works with the anxiety in you by calming yourself and so forth. And it also I have to check my notes on some things. Okay, that's not it. Okay, yeah, nervous system, and it reduces the stress and the anxiety and depression, restlessness, and so forth in you by calming the whole nerve and so forth and things like that. It has that calming effect and so forth, calming agent, which also includes Haas has scientific proof that it does, aid or does work for anxiety, depressions, and things like that. They do have some scientific proof. So, like I said, if you check with those ingredients and so forth that they use as supplements in like other store like Walmart, Target, and places like that. If you're a person that checks the ingredient, you may see hops into those supplements and so forth that they give you and so forth. Now, I'm not sure like how the traditional or doctor prescription work and so forth, or what they actually tell you that they have in there or whatever and so forth. But I do know when you go to Targets, Walmarts, and other places where you buy supplements and so forth and everything, they give you all the ingredients and so forth. And if you do check the ingredients, you may see hops in there and so forth because it does also have some scientific proof. Also, it works as sleepiness and so forth. If you have insomnia and so forth, it is a good herb to have for that too, because not does it only relax the nerves for anxiety, depression, stress, and restlessness. It also helps you to get to sleep because it calms the nervous system and things like that. And I did see the ingredients, what the connections are, but I didn't put it down because I didn't want to have to go in deep and also mispronounce the word that they use and things like that. But when you're looking for herbal medicine and so forth, always do your own research as well. Just don't take my word for it or anyone else's word for it. Do some research and so forth. And, speak with a herbalist, to help you out and things like that and so forth and everything. And even with hops and so forth, which is a mild herb but has great strength and so forth, if you are on other medications and so forth, you definitely want to make sure that hops, you can use hops or any other herbal medicine and so forth to make sure that it's going to be no conflict and so forth and things like that. So yeah, you do want to do that. You want to seek a herbalist or healthcare provider if you want to store any herbal regimen and so forth and all that. So yeah, but hops is good, and especially for people who is not heavily on other medications and so far, it will help and so far. It is highly recommended and so far. So yeah, I would definitely, recommend that for nervousness, or restlessness, sleeplessness, and anxiety, depressions, and things like that. I would highly recommend it. And I would just, recommend it you just taking it naturally, meaning that you don't blend any other herbal medicine with the hops and so forth. Just do a herbal capsule, hops herbal capsule, and so forth, and use that and so forth, and get the results that you are actually looking for. So let's recap real quick and so far. Hops do grow different areas. It actually grows here. You could probably actually grow it yourself, and all that. It is one of those ingredients in beers. Hops is, yes, it is, and it does have a calming effect, an agent in there, which I, like I said, did not write the agent down to say what it was and so forth, but it soothes the nerves. It soothes the nerves. It soothes the nerves and so far. With anxiety, depression, restlessness, sleepiness, and if you have insomnia and so forth and things like that. House is a good herb to have and so far for those and everything. Yeah, and you definitely want to take maybe a couple of tablets, to um if you're working, I wouldn't suggest, taking two, but if you get home, take two in the afternoons and maybe two before you go to bed or something like that. Should not, harm you, I'll put it that way, or anything like that. Should be good for you, should help you get to sleep also, because like I say, it's also good for insomnia and all that. So yeah, and then once you get used to it and your body gets it in your system and so forth, you can just break it down to just taking a couple capsules, before you actually go to bed, a couple hours or so before you go to bed, whatever, and so forth. So you can start to, wind down, start to relax. Your body starts to go down, and so forth. And which is the reason why I said don't take it at work, because your body gets relaxed and so forth and things like that. And you don't want to be too relaxed at work and so forth, especially with machines or whatever and all that. And again, do some research yourself. Look at, it's more information on hops than I'm just giving you here. I'm just giving you the bullet points of what hops is mainly used for. But the ingredients in hops and other information and so far about hops and so far, you can definitely research it up and so far. And you can also call, speak to a herbalist and so forth about that to get more information on hops. But if you are a person that is having insomnia, little anxiety, depressed, restlessness where you can't sleep, and this and that, and you need something for your nervous system and so forth, hops is good to have around, and it's good to use and all that. And yeah, I would definitely recommend hops and all that. It is one of those ingredients in beer. Maybe that's why when you drink a beer, you relax and so forth. And sometimes beer do make you sleep. I've seen people drink beer and go to sleep. Yeah, I've seen that. But anyway, yeah, hops is in beer and all that. So yeah. So if you have any questions, you can contact me through this video. in the comments and things like that. I'll be happy to answer any question for you. If you cannot use this information, pass it on. I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody that is a little restless, have nervousness and things like that, and so far. And for children, it's 12 and up. Yeah, I never recommend herbal medicine for someone who's under 12 unless it's elderberry, um, hawthornberry or something like that for colds and things like that. But anyway, yes, do pass this information on to help someone that you know who cannot get a good night's sleep, who's pacing the floor, who's, just up and so forth because they cannot rest and so forth. Hops is a good herb to have around your house and so forth. And, yeah, I definitely recommend it and so far. And also, well, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for your support and so forth. And I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye.